Hello, welcome to episode 1 of my story. What are you thankful for? I'm thankful to God because I'm a product of grace. My name is David Emmanuel Tochukwu. Once in 2019, I went for a professional course in Bayero University, Kano. I went with my colleague. So after the course and program in the university, I had to set back home on my journey to Plateau State, where I base and where I work. So that fateful morning, I woke up happy, and then I and my colleague, which we were lodged in a guest house in a room. Okay, we were together in the room. So we went out that morning to buy breakfast. I felt like taking tea. And since I opted to take tea, my colleague also said he's going to take tea. So we went out, bought those food stuff, and we came back home to prepare them. So, but when I got home from getting those food items, I felt somehow, I didn't feel like eating anymore. So I just I packaged those things and put them in my traveling bag. I packaged everything, all our load, because we were about to set on our journey back to Plateau State. So he was quite worried. We are going to embark on a long distance journey, 5 hours journey, 4 to 5 hours journey. Won't you eat? I reluctantly told him I don't have appetite. Let's just go. So I waited for him. He finished his breakfast and we set out for the park, for the bus terminal. So when we got to the bus terminal that early morning, because we wanted to pick the first bus that very early morning, we got there. We are fortunate enough, we were the first people, first passengers on their route to Jos to arrive at the bus terminal. So the bus was empty. We were just the first passengers to board the vehicle. So while we paid for our tickets for the vehicle, I think we were quite distracted. We saw the petty traders by the park, selling food stuff, and we just said, let's take a walk. So we walked around and we found a group of persons selling onions, and we priced it. It was quite cheap, and that was interesting. We were like, wow, food stuff are quite cheaper in Kano than Plateau State. So we felt like, let's get some, okay, for ourselves. And I think the only thing we wanted to buy was onions, because it was very, very much cheap there in Kano as at that time. So we were bargaining and we paid for the onions. But then the little girl that sold the onions to us didn't package it. So I never knew whether she expected us to pack the onions, the basket of onions, with our hands. So we were like, find something and package it. So she left the lot where she sells, and she went out. She went to look for leather, a packaged leather to put those products for us. But I wouldn't know what happened. She stayed long where she went to look for leather. Or we were patiently waiting for her to come back, because we are just the first people who arrived at the park. So we are not in a haste to buy and go back to the bus. So she took a lot of time to a point that, the bus was even filled up, that the driver was now like, please, you people should come, let's go, the bus is filled up. So the girl hurriedly came, and we hurried her to package the onions in a leather for us, which she did. And when we got to the bus, we intended to stay at the back seat, because the bus is more convenient when you're traveling a long distance. The kind of bus that was available for our journey was convenient to stay at the back seat. But when we got there, people have already filled the bus, and the only space remaining for us was in front with the driver. So I'm not a fan of staying in front of a car, especially on long distance journey. But then I couldn't quarrel. Every other person have taken their seats, just left with me and my colleague. So we stayed in front. He seated by the door side. I was in the middle, then the driver by the other side. So I was in the middle. Thank you for watching. I want you to join us in the next episode, and do well to like and share and subscribe to this channel to get more of more of inspiring stories that will challenge you, that will encourage you, that will inspire you to live a fulfilled life in this world.